Hey, what's up, y'all? So in this video, we are going to call this one Pressure Part 2. The first video was received really well, and I want to thank everybody that watched. So we are going to go into more detail with more pressure and go over some more advanced pressure and setup tools for law. The first thing I want to share with you guys that may be known by more advanced players already, and maybe even some intermediate players, but beginners players, I know for myself, did not know this. If you are, I believe it is 0 to up to -4, you can still have enough time to sidestep. And that is an important thing to remember because it unlocks another layer of law's pressure, because law has a couple of different tools out of his sidestep. So the first part of this I want to talk about is going to be his down 3, right? This is a part of his down 3-3 string, which is the low high string, but I want to focus in on just the down 3 by itself as a standalone string because it is -3. And like I mentioned, you can be up to, I believe, -4 or maybe even some cases -5 and still have enough time to sidestep and get out of the way. So most law players I know that I see online at least rarely use this low by itself. They'll either use it as like a staggered down 3-3 string like this, or they just don't throw it out at all. But I think because of that fact, most people that know the law matchup, they'll know to, hey, I'm just gonna duck if I see that kick come out. So if I set Jin to crouch after one or more hit on block, you see it, the move whiffs. But if you confirm that it hits, you have enough time to sidestep, and that unlocks Law's, I think it's his double dragon or twin dragon kicks from his sidestep 3+4. So it'll look like this. So you saw that the move hit, Jin ducked, and he got clipped by the sidestep 3+4. And that works because he has enough time to sidestep after the down 3 because he's -3. This also works if Jin were to try to mash, you would get out of the way on time. So I'll do set him to punish, one or more hit on block, and I'll have you record just a basic 1-2. So now you'll also have time to get out of the way. So it'll look like this. So this is more of a setup, more so than pressure. I believe the pressure comes from the sidestep in and of itself, because you can sidestep block, you can sidestep probe, you can sidestep weight, you can do a lot of stuff, but it allows you to keep the pressure going after you land this hit without really necessarily having to stop it, right? I think this is a more advanced thing because it's not dealing with plus frames right away, but I think it's really good to use as you've conditioned your opponent to either A, duck on this string, or to mash on this string because they know that you're negative. So if you were to sidestep, you can catch the opponent with a nice sidestep 3+4. Right? Really good stuff, but again, it requires a little bit of conditioning. You can also, after down 3, into sidestep into his sidestep 2, which is a really strong move, and I like this one a lot more because if they don't punish and they just block, it is 0 on block, which means it can still be your turn, you'll be neutral on block, and you'll be able to keep your pressure going. So any move that allows you to sidestep that has to be 0 up to -4 or 5 in some cases, you can use this sidestep 2. 0 on block, you can either sidestep again, go into other stuff with it to keep the pressure going if you're -0 on block. Alright. The next one I want to get into was a setup that I learned from Ultimate Taijutsu. He is a very strong law player. I believe he's either God of Destruction or Tekken God Supreme with law. Super strong player, and I learned a lot from him. So I encourage you guys to check out his channel. I'll leave a link in the description. But the setup is his 1-2-3 into Law's forward 3-1. So it'll look like this. So as you can see, after 1-2-3 hit, the last hit of the 1-2-3, is plus 13 on block. That allows you to be able to reach him with 4-3-1, which is 18 frames. And if you do the math, that effectively makes this almost like a 5-frame move. So 1, 2, 3 into 4-3-1 on hit to keep pressure going. Now, one cool thing that I discovered about this when I was experimenting with it was that if you know your opponent likes to mash after 1, 2, 3, instead of doing the 4-3-1, you can do this instead. Right? You can go into his 4-1+2 Dragon Hammer, which launches on counter hit. Now, I haven't tested this on all the roster just yet, but I believe if they have a jab that advances them a little bit forward, it'll work. It'll clip them if you follow up your pressure from 1, 2, 3 with a Dragon Hammer. But if they do not mash on this and you hit them with 1, 2, 3, it'll whiff and you'll be minus 37. So I wouldn't throw this out there unless you had a read or already conditioned your opponent to potentially mash after the 1, 2, 3 setup. All right. The last thing I want to talk about really is just the 1, 2, 3 setup on block. So on block, this is a pretty good setup you can do because it's -5. Remember how I said earlier that you can be up 0 up to -4, and in some cases -5. Well, I found that this is one case where you can be up to -5, and for some reason Law has time to sidestep. I believe this is because I'm sidestepping to Jin's weak side, which I'm just sidestepping right. But here's how it looks. So as you can see, I'm -5 after that, and I still have time to essentially sidestep, right? So I just want to bring that up and highlight that fact because, like I said, I haven't tested this out fully all the way on the whole roster yet, and I think this is because I'm stepping to Jin's weak side that I have time to do that. But after the 1, 2, 3, Law is -5, and it gives him enough time to sidestep out of the way. So that just about does it for this video. I hope this video helps you guys out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.